To take a great image, you just have to be there at the right moment and be ready. And that's it. So today, techniques, recognizing the right moment and being ready. So what do I mean by the right moment? The right moment is when all the aspects of a great picture come together, like composition, lighting, position of the bird, where the bird's looking, and you being able to recognize that moment in an instant and be able to react with your camera. A lot of photography is set up. You might see these lovely birds on these little branches, but this will be a tripod, or it could be a feeder with a clip on and a nice flowery branch that's been clipped off a tree and put near the feeder, and the camera is aimed just on the branch where the bird will land because it's next to a feeder, and everything is set up lovely. When you've got birds coming in, they will land on branches, on sticks, on tops of spades stuck in the garden, the robin on top of a spade. The images you've seen are set up shots, and this is a good way for you to practice getting them great detailed images. Landscape type shots are marvellous. It's not all about zooming in and just getting perfect detail on the bird, because then you've just got a picture of a bird. There's nothing to keep the viewer wandering around the shot. But a landscape shot or a seascape shot of a big massive flock of birds, or it can be some Canada geese just flying in over the lake. And how interesting is that? And you can practice things like that at seashores. Always look for the tide times though, because when the tide's going out or the tide's coming in, that is when the birds will be most active. Like say when I want the kingfisher shots, I don't want any distractions in it. So if I know they're up and down the river, I have to try and think, right, this is what I've got to work with. Where can I put myself? Where's the bird going to land? And that's it. Simple, isn't it? Learning to recognize the moment and being able to react is the best thing you can do regarding wildlife photography. And patience as well. What ruins a photograph? Well, the question can be, what makes a good photograph? And that's no distractions, nice light and nice composition. Take any one of them away and that's what ruins a photograph. The point of the whole exercise of practicing and doing setups and going to lakes and ponds and seashores is to give you the ability to know that you can do it. And once you know you can do it and you have done it, then you'll do it again. What one man can do, another can do. Remember that. But you won't do it unless you convince yourself you can do it. And you convince yourself you can do it by doing it. By doing setup photography. By practicing at lakes and seas, shorelines, feeders and setups. By keep learning and doing different positions, getting yourself down low, getting yourself up high, left, right, placing the focal point in different positions in your photographs. And you don't have to have these magical massive lenses to be able to do wildlife photography, because no one starts off with them. Well, if you do start off with one of these massive lenses, chances are you won't improve as much. If you start off with a small lens and move up, you get the best out of that lens that you can, and then you'll want a different lens, a bigger lens, and then you'll get the best out of that. And then by the time you're ready for the big lens, you'll know all there is to know about the wildlife photography that you want to do. And never stop learning, never stop trying. If you get to that position where you think, I'm brilliant at this now, and you get comfy, then it's time to ask yourself a question. Are you as good as you think you are? And I'll tell you now what the answer to that is. And even the same answer I've got is no, you're not. Photography is massive and it's updating all the time. So you cannot possibly know everything about it. No one can. I think I've got to go home. But I can do the rest of this at home now. So off home I go. Made up an acronym for you. I've called it BIRD. B, be ready. I, identify. R, react. D, do it again. The principles of bird photography. Be ready, identify, react and do again. Be ready, identify,
react and do again. If you see a bird that you heard and you want to take the shot, before you take the pick, don't fire at will. Use all my tips and then you'll be brill. Be ready, identify, react and do again. Be ready, identify, react and do again. Be ready, identify, react and do again.